What's happening, everybody? Well, as you can see, I am deep in projects, and being deep in projects, you know, it costs money, it takes lots of parts. And so what I'm wanting to do here is kind of warn you guys about some of the dangers of eBay and selling parts, because as car guys, we sell stuff to buy stuff for our cars. And I do the same thing. You know, I'll have some excess parts. You know what, I'm just gonna throw these on eBay, and when they sell, they sell. That way I can take that money and I can, you know, put it back into other parts I might want. Well, here's the problem with eBay. There's a lot of scammers out there, and I just got hit by one. And eBay sided with the scammer on his claim, even though they had an eBay score of 0. And I've been a 10-year eBay seller, and my score is whatever it is, you know, it's up there. You see, eBay knows that their income comes from the buyers, not the sellers. So they will do anything they can to please the buyers and not the sellers, even if it means screwing over the seller. And they probably think most of us are like big wholesalers, and it's like, no. You know, eBay started with just individual people just selling junk at their house. It's like they have forgot that. There is no protection for these people no more, like me, you, and others. You know, it's only buyer protection. And there is no denying refunds, or if they file a claim against you, even if you are 100% right, they can file a claim and eBay will go by the rule book, which they have new rules now. I want to check them out, to protect the buyer, not the seller. And let me just tell you my experience and what happened to me. And even though eBay agreed with me 4 times on the 4 different phone calls that I was in the right, they didn't fix anything. Let me go ahead and show you. So I sold a 68 Charger grill similar to this one. The only thing really wrong with the grill is where this emblem went. It was cracked along here, you know, behind the emblem, and there was no emblem on it, so you could clearly see the crack. Now, that wasn't a chunk missing or nothing, it was just a crack. And I had 4 pictures showing that there was a crack there. And, you know, the grill had, like, it had some scuffings on the trim. Yeah, the grill needed to be restored. So I put in the description, the grill needs work to be nice, look at pictures. And I had 4 pictures of that area right there that you could clearly see. So it sells, and usually what I do with eBay is I'll see what other people are listing their stuff for, and then I will, you know, list mine like below that, you know, just kind of undercut them, because I don't want to sit on the stuff forever. You know, I want it to sell, and I don't want to be that guy that wants an arm and a leg for every single thing he's got. So, of course, it sells. And as soon as the guy gets it, he files a claim with me, not as described. And I'm like, well, he filed the claim, but then he didn't put any description of the damage, no pictures, no nothing. And so then I messaged him and said, of what? You know, what is the problem with the grill? And he says, well, it's damaged where the Charger emblem would go. And so then I screenshot 4 pictures of in the ad, and I circled it in red, and I said, are you talking about this? And he agreed, yes. That's where it was broken. And I'm like, well, it clearly says in the description and in the picture, you can see that it's cracked right there. So exactly what you're talking about. He said, yes. Well, I said, no, I'm not doing a return. It's as pictured. And if you want to do a return, then you need to pay for the return shipping label, because I'm not at fault. It was as pictured and as described. Well, he says, we're just going to let eBay handle this. I'm like, okay. So I said, in his claim, I put down that buyer agreed the damage that was in the pictures was the damage he was complaining about. It was as pictured and as described. I'm not responsible for a return shipping label. And then I reported the buyer because he had a 0 eBay score, and he was trying to file a wrongful claim. And so I did everything I was supposed to do as a seller that felt I was being wronged. And wouldn't you know it, eBay refunded him his money and didn't have to return my item back. And I'm just sitting here like dumbfounded going, how in the hell did eBay do? I mean, I was 100% in the right. So I call eBay, and when you are actually finally able to speak to someone that kind of speaks English, and after you went through that automated chat system, which all you just call me. I just kept typing in, call me, because through their automated system, nothing made sense from the issue that I had. So finally, they actually give you the opportunity to call them. And actually, well, they will call you. And the first thing they say when you pick up the phone is, oh, Chris, thank you for being a 10-year loyal eBay seller. And then my first thought is, oh, well, thank you for screwing me over to a 0 eBay score buyer that since I am a 10-year eBayer. Thank you. When the buyers file these claims, and even though you have pictures and messages fighting that case, they never look at it. They don't. They had no idea that all they saw was buyer filed claim, seller did not send shipping label. That's all they see. They don't look at anything else. And so every time I called eBay to discuss this case, I have to retell them everything because they don't know. I also filed an appeal, so that way they would look at the case more in depth. Nope, denied the appeal. They didn't even bother looking at anything. So after speaking to 4 different agents and telling them the story and even telling them their own rule book, that when the description and the pictures match the ad and the buyer tries to file a claim, the seller is not responsible for the return shipping label. Not. 100% not responsible for it. And the buyer even agreed that the damage in the pictures was what he was talking about. So then all 4 times they say, we got to send this up to higher powers so then they can review the case, or they call it the defense something. I don't know. You have to go through the chain. They make it so hard to even talk to anybody on eBay now. But anyways, long story short, eBay never fixed the issue. They told me, oh, well, even though you are in the right in the case, the final decision has been made and we can't change the final decision. So yeah, we agree with you. You are in the right, but we can't alter that. And we're sorry, but thank you for being a 10-year eBayer. And at the same time, I'm thinking, well, yeah, thanks for me being a 10-year eBayer, but you screwing me over to a 0 eBayer. It makes no sense. And then they had the balls to tell me, we honestly believe if you contact the buyer and work it out with him, that they will ship you the item back and you can relist it on eBay. So let me get this straight. You are honestly telling me that the scammer that screwed me out of this grill, you want me to send him another $400 to ship this back to me I mean, it's like sometimes you can't believe how stupid eBay is. But you know what? I gave them several opportunities to rectify this. I pleaded my case. They agreed with me that I was in the right, and they did nothing about it. So all I'm trying to do with this here video is warn you guys. I mean, because you're just like me. You're a low buck car guy you guys are just like me. Say you remove these items, which this is crap I'm going to put on eBay. And I say crap, but it's good rear bumpers. These are the actuator arms for a Charger grill. I mean, those are the actuator brackets. I mean, it's just a bunch of random stuff that, us as car guys have pulled off our cars, and we're just going to throw the stuff on eBay or whatever. But if you're going to use eBay to sell your parts now, just be warned. eBay now has that new buyer protection program on anything related to a car part. And anytime you post pictures on an ad, and you post and the ad gets posted, one of those pictures is dedicated to an eBay protection buyer program, whatever crap. And yeah, there's so many opportunities for scammers to get your parts, and you get no monies, and eBay just goes, sorry. And I also had another scammer situation to where I sold, you know, I've done a couple Hellcat swap B-bodies. Well, we can't use the oil pans from the Hellcat motors. So I'll pull them off and just throw them on eBay. And, you know, I sell them for like half of what a new one is, or even sometimes cheaper than that. And, well, I had one instance where I sold an oil pan, and instantly the guy files a claim, damaged, not as described. And he takes a picture that's like zoomed in like on this supposed crack with JB Weld on it. And I'm like, that's not my oil pan. I can't even tell what that is. It's so zoomed in and it's dark. Well, guess what? I wanted more pictures, and I denied the return on that. And, well, eBay paid for the return shipping label out of their pocket that time, which was, you know, about a year and a half ago. And so their program, their protection program must have changed, because they wouldn't do that now. But anyways, so this guy sends me back an oil pan. It's not my oil pan. It's not even a Hellcat oil pan. It's a 5.7 oil pan. And at first glance, you wouldn't notice it, but Hellcat oil pans have different baffling, and they have an extra bolt hole, or anyway, they're different. And so, you know, I tell eBay, this isn't the oil pan that I sent out. This is a total different oil pan. Well, instead of eBay taking the money back from that guy, which they have the power to do that. Instead of them doing that, no, they just pay me for the oil pan. So I got my money back on the sale of the oil pan. But as for the scammer, there's no repercussions from it. He made out. He didn't get his, and I was not allowed to give a negative score on his account. eBay wouldn't let you do it. eBay does not, if you have a claim against somebody, or somebody has a claim against you, you can't go negative back and forth. It's ridiculous. eBay is just setting themselves up to just screw all the sellers. So, yeah, I got my money back on oil pan, but again, no recourse for the scammer at all. They're able to just keep on going, keep scamming. It's ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I've got a lot of stuff I got to do. I didn't have a chance to make a video, but I am going to be doing a video on that Aspen coming up soon. I got to clear a path here. So the Aspen is going to be a will it run and drive video, and then we're going to challenge a side-by-side to a shoot-off. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys later. And every time I think about it, when eBay literally told me, if you work with the buyer, they will ship you the item back and you can relist it on eBay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and throw more money at the scammer and then list it back where I got screwed over in the first place. So stupid. So there's actually a lot of platforms for us car guys to sell our parts and try and recoup some money from parts that we put into our cars. But unfortunately, it seems like eBay does have the best platform, and it's worldwide. And, you know, with Facebook, unless you have a Facebook, you're not going to actually like go through Marketplace. So, and even if you try and put stuff on Marketplace, it takes people sharing it for a larger group of people to actually see it. So, I don't know. With eBay, it seems like that's the best platform, but just, you know, look out. I'm just trying to give you guys a warning. And, you know, the eBay fees, yeah, they suck. But you know what? Would you rather sell it than not? So, and I know swap meets are a good place to sell parts, but really there has to be that guy looking for that part that day that you're actually going to get any kind of money for it. Otherwise, you're just basically giving it away for peanuts. So then he can resell it on, say, eBay or some other platform. So anyway, if you guys have a platform that's good at selling parts that is working well for you, I mean, drop it in the comments. Let me see. I mean, I've tried Marketplace, which is kind of hit and miss. Craigslist is dead. I mean, Craigslist used to be great, but it's dead. And then, you know, we have eBay. So what are you guys selling on? Let me know. See you guys.